I wanted to talk a little bit about some mindfulness things while you're picking your meals. Maybe you're intuitively eating, maybe you're tracking. Either way, it doesn't matter what path you're on. But number one thing is practice every day eating kind of the same ways. That doesn't mean eating the same things, just means like eating in the same type of way. Find the middle ground of the meal being completely disgusting, you hate it, you don't want to eat it, but it's fitting in your plan for today, to being overly stuffed because it's so satisfying that you're just going to feel overly stuffed when you eat it. We want to find a middle ground in between there. We want our meal to be satisfying, but we don't want it to be overindulging. So if we find that middle ground for every single meal, having foods that satisfy us, that we truly want to have, we're not going to feel deprived and want to binge and overeat later. So focusing on every single meal, having a food that you desire, having a food that you want to have, that meal is going to be delicious to you. So asking yourself, will this meal make me feel deprived right now? Maybe I'll feel hungry in 30 minutes to an hour to where I'm going to want to binge later. So really think about that when you're choosing the foods that you're eating. Because depriving yourself, even if it doesn't feel like you're depriving yourself in the moment, so maybe you're choosing to eat egg whites and spinach for breakfast, that's probably not going to fill you up for very long. So you're not going to be truly satisfied. So in an hour or 30 minutes, you're going to feel really hungry and want to eat things that are more of a craving food. So that's what I mean by, even though you might not feel deprived, you want to make sure that your foods that you're eating are satisfying to you. Find out what are your top 3 food non-negotiables. So maybe you want to have wine, maybe you like chocolate, you like pizza. My thing is pretzels. I really like pretzels. I have pretzels every single day. So find what your top 3 non-negotiable foods are and have them often, even if it's every single day in moderation, because that's going to help you stick to your plan. We want to have the foods that we enjoy because that's how we're going to get to where we want to be while not feeling deprived and not saying, oh, I can't have wine or I can't have cookies. You want to have those things that are your non-negotiable foods. If you have a date night every single week with your husband, and you have wine, you don't want to have to say, oh, I can't go on date night because I'm dieting. No, have that wine. Plan for it and have it. So when we're planning out our meals, rank them at that time. Don't rank it while you're eating it, but rank the meal when you're planning it out. Okay, so tonight I'm going to have whatever it may be. I'm going to have a glass of wine. I'm going to have one slice of pizza. Maybe that's what fits in my plan for dinner. I'm going to rank that meal between 1 and 10. So 10 is going to be satisfying and 1 is going to be, this is not satisfying, but it fits in my macros and I feel like I need to eat this because it's a super clean meal. We want to be closer to 10 when you're ranking your meals. We want them to be satisfying so we don't do that restrict and binge. That restrict and binge, that yo-yo mindset is what's going to keep us where we were, and we're always going to fall in a dieting mindset. We don't want to restrict our food and then think, oh, we have to binge now because we restricted. I ate clean all week, so now on the weekend I'm going to eat all the fun foods. We want to have our fun foods every single day so we can say, I'm good. I don't need a binge because I'm good. I had my food that I enjoy. So if I'm eating foods that I enjoy, we really have no reason to binge or overeat because we're eating the things we enjoy on a daily basis, on an every meal basis. So also going back to ranking your hunger. So right now, for instance, I haven't ate in like a couple hours. So I'm probably on a scale of 1 to 10. I would say I'm probably around like a 4 scale of hungry. So I could probably wait like 30 minutes to an hour before I ate. So really rank your hunger and see how hungry you are before you sit down and kind of plan out your meal. You don't want to think about your meal and plan out your meal when you're starving. So right now at a 4 would be a good time for me to say, okay, if I eat in an hour, so what would I like to eat? What would be a meal that I would rank as an 8 to 10 on a satisfaction scale? What is going to keep me satisfied to where I'm not going to want to go back in the kitchen and eat cookies and ice cream or maybe get chips or something like that. So asking yourself, how hungry am I? Or how full am I while you're eating? How satisfied do I feel? Am I craving anything, and why am I craving it? Am I craving it because I've deprived myself? Am I good? So if you go to dinner and they bring bread to your table and you're like, I'm good. I don't need the bread because I have a delicious meal coming. I have a meal that's going to satisfy me to come. So think of those things that make you feel like that. No, I'm good. I had it. I'm satisfied. I don't want you to feel deprived. I want you to have the foods that you love to have, because that's how we're truly going to learn how to eat and learn how to fuel our body and our soul and our mind to feel good. We don't want to feel like we're dieting, or it's going to be really hard to stick to the plan, especially as moms that have kids that are really busy, or maybe you're not a mom and you don't have kids, but you're just a really busy working woman. So really think about the foods that are satisfying you and have those foods every single day so that we can feel satisfied and not feel deprived. Of organized snacking, I have talked about this a little bit, but say you're gonna have a movie night and you wanna have some chips. So go into the pantry, get the chips out, pull out a serving size, put the chips back in the pantry, go take your chips to wherever you're gonna watch the movie, eat your chips, and if you want more, say, do I truly want more? Wait 5 or 10 minutes and see if you still want more. If you do, go pull out another serving size, put the chips back in the pantry, eat it, and rate yourself if you still want more. Don't just eat out of the containers, because you're gonna mindlessly eat and mindlessly snack while you're watching a movie or whatever you may be doing while you're eating. Pull out a serving size, never eat from a container. That will really help you feel satisfied while still snacking on those foods, but not overindulge mindlessly and eat the whole entire bag of chips and say, oh my gosh, how did I eat the whole entire bag of chips? So if you want to keep going back and getting the chips, that's totally fine, but you really want to ask yourself, is this truly the food I want to eat? Is this food truly going to satisfy my hunger? Is it going to satisfy me to where I'm not going to keep wanting more and more and more? So ask yourself those questions and really have like an organized snacking, if that makes any sense, when you're doing your snacking or you're having like a movie night or something like that. So what happens if you overeat? So we want to practice mindfulness, but we don't want to have a mindset of overeating or overindulging, and then the next day we restrict ourselves or we do a ton of cardio to make up for that overeating. We don't want to do that. That's getting you back into that yo-yo mindset again, that all or nothing mindset. It's either binging all day or it's restricting all day. We do not want to get in that mindset. If you overeat, if you have a binge, that means we just need to sit down and think about that day. How did we deprive ourselves to get to that binging mindset? What did we deprive ourselves of to get to that binging mindset? And then start from there. Start from there, having a mindset of mindfulness, thinking about what we're eating, thinking about if it's satisfying us, and then starting back over that process again. Don't try to go binge and restrict or binge and overdo cardio, because that is not going to get us to where we want to be. That is not going to change our lifestyle to where this is going to become a new lifestyle, a new healthy lifestyle for us. You're going to go back to the same place you were before. That old identity is going to come back in and take over if you let that mindset go back into that binge and restrict kind of yo-yo dieting. Having the foods that keep you sustained to your plan. You know, most of us are tracking macros. Some of you are intuitively eating because we're through your diet and we're learning how to eat the foods that we love. look at your plate, ask yourself, for one, do I have some protein in this meal? For two, is this meal going to satisfy me? Or is it going to be a little bit depriving to where I'm going to be really hungry later? Ask yourself those things, really rate that meal of satisfaction, and that will really help you get from meal to meal and feel satisfied, feel like you're eating the foods that you love and enjoy while still sticking to your plan and getting to the best you that you want to be and the healthiest you that you want to be. We do not have to only eat clean foods. We can eat the foods that we love. That doesn't mean we're unhealthy. Because those foods aren't considered nutritious doesn't mean that we're unhealthy. It means that we're living life, we're staying in a healthy caloric range, we're losing body fat, or maybe we've already lost body fat and we're maintaining our new weight. That is healthy. Getting to a healthier body fat, having a healthy mindset with food, those things are healthy, those things are progress. So just remember that through your journey. Not every journey is going to be perfect. No journey is going to be perfect. You're going to have bumps in the road. Just try not to have an all or nothing mindset, because remember that analogy that I told most of you. If one of your tires gets blown out on the highway, you're not going to go pop all of them. You're going to fix that tire right then and get back on the road. So fix your tire pops, get back on the road, stay on the plan. It's just a bump. It's just a little detour. You're still on the path to get to where you want to be. So enjoy this journey. Enjoy the learning process. Don't focus just on the destination, because there is really no true destination. Even when you get to your goal, there's always going to be another goal down the road. So enjoy the time, enjoy the journey, and enjoy the things that you're learning, and really put them into play. Teach them to your family, teach them to your kids, teach them to your husband. The more you teach something, the more you learn something. So I love you guys, and next week I will be putting a Nutrition and Mindset Academy on your workouts. So it'll be just like the check-in. You will see them starting on Monday. It'll be in your workout tab, and you'll just go in and complete it. It'd be great if you could complete it that day, because if you miss it, it will go into your past workouts. But there are going to be some videos just teaching you some things, and some of it you may already know, and some of it will be some new stuff. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope it serves you well. I've worked really hard on getting it all together, so I love your feedback. Just let me know what you think of it, and it will go for about 12 weeks. So I'm really excited about that new teaching academy that I have for you guys. I love you all. Have a good night.